Have you ever bought a new computer and then immediately had buyer's remorse just a few months later? Maybe you didn't pay attention to the storage capacity and ran out of space. Or maybe you glossed over the memory and you're experiencing constant freeze ups. An investment in a PC isn't something you want to do lightly. Do your research ahead of time. Consult with a trusted friend or IT shop. This will help keep you away from making major mistakes that could come back to haunt you later. Here's a few things you want to consider before you put down your hard earned money on a new computer: the amount of memory, or it's called RAM. So, one big mistake that people make when looking for a new computer is they ignore the RAM. Random access memory may be called RAM on the specification, or memory. If your system has low memory, you run into all sorts of problems. Some of these problems include your browser freezing up when you have too many tabs open, you have issues watching videos, some software just doesn't work properly, you get sluggish behavior, inability to open multiple applications, and you get constant freezes. Memory is the thought process of the computer. If there isn't enough, it can't take on other tasks until it completes the current processing task. This can cause frustration and ruin your productivity as well as your computer experience. People often go for those low-priced computer deals when looking for a new device. But these only include 4 gigabytes of RAM. That's not a lot if you do much more than staying in a single application or just a few browser tabs. Higher the RAM, the more responsive the system performance. Look for PCs with at least 8 gigabytes of RAM. If you do any graphics, video, or other intensive activities on your computers, try finding something higher. The higher the RAM the computer has, the better the performance. Look for PCs with at least 8 gigabytes of RAM. Another thing to look for when buying a new computer is user reviews for the longevity of the machine. Buying a computer is an investment. It's natural to want that investment to last as long as possible. You don't want to go out and spend $700 on a new computer only to start experiencing problems just when it's a few years old. Take your time and research the user reviews on the models of computers you're looking at. You'll start to see patterns emerging of those models. Steer clear of the ones that have constant complaints and breakdowns sooner than expected. You might have to pay a little bit more for a system that has a better track record of performance, but it will save you in the long run. It'll give you more years of usable life before that computer needs replaced. Another question you might want to ask yourself when buying a computer: is this going to be for personal use or business use? If you have a small business or a freelancer of sorts, you might try to save some money by buying a consumer PC. This could end up costing you more in the long run. Consumer PCs aren't designated for continuous 9 to 5 use. They also often lack certain types of firmware security present in business model computers. The price gap is also shortened between good consumer computers as well as the business versions. If you're not looking at the cheap systems, you'll find that it's not much more to get a business grade device. Check the processor that's also being used. It's confusing to read through processor specifications on a computer. How do you know if an Intel Core i7 or i3 fits your needs? What's the performance difference between AMD and Intel processors? If you don't want to do the research yourself, call up your local IT shop. We're happy to steer you in the right direction. We'll explain this to you in layman's terms, the differences between these processors, as well as which one makes sense for your intended use. Now, are you looking for a laptop computer or a desktop computer? If you're looking for a laptop, it's important that it's durable. Laptops have unique characteristics that differ from desktops. For example, the screen is often folded down 1 or more times per day. Additionally, the keyboard is part of the case and is not easily replaced. If you get a laptop with a cheap plastic case, it's bound to break during normal use. Keys may also pop off easily off the keyboard, requiring another repair. Consider the materials used to build the laptop. Paying extra for a better case is definitely worth it and will help you avoid unneeded headaches. Also consider your storage capacity. This could be a main point that you experience after the fact. If you buy a computer without paying attention to the hard drive space, you could regret it. You may not be able to transfer all your stuff from the old system to the new one. The storage capacity can also be where you can save money. If you store most of your files in the cloud, then you may not need a large hard drive. The less space you need, the lower the price. Speaking of hard drives, also consider the hard drive type. If you can get a computer with a solid state hard drive or an NVMe rather than a traditional hard disk, you should. SSDs and NVMe hard drives are faster and less likely to have read and write issues. Also, they have no moving parts and they're quieter. Solid state hard drives and NVMe drives have come down quite a bit in price. There are many affordable options, and you'll find some PCs with both a hard drive and an SSD. Don't blindly invest in a new computer without some expert guidance. Give us a call or stop by today, and we'll give you a free consultation on how to save you from a bad PC experience. Hey guys, thanks for watching this video. Hopefully, you found something valuable out of the content we put out. Don't forget to like and follow us on Facebook and subscribe to our YouTube channel.